What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a brand new video. And today I'm going to take you along for a new day in my new training program and split that I'm running, currently designed by Eddie Shepherd. So I am now working with Eddie Shepherd, who has trained and programmed for Blessing of Wodiboo. Right now, currently, he's worked with Brett Wilkin, worked with Chris Bumstead. So he's worked with a ton of great athletes and great people. So really excited to have him on board. And so again, he fully took over my training program and my split and everything like that, and exercises, just the whole nine. So it's been awesome. Just got back from the Detroit Pro. That was my last show that I just did of this year to kickstart the season. And right now we are just currently still kind of catching that rebound. Post show, it's going extremely well. And kind of doing like a hypertrophy phase. So it's going to be a 4-week hypertrophy phase from what he has planned, A and B rotations. And then I'm doing kind of like an upper, lower with upper type of split. So it's a 2 on 1 off, 2 on 1 off repeat, pretty much. So yesterday I did my upper, which is basically chest, back, and arms. And then today is my lower with some delt work. So not doing any full lower body work as of now, or what he has programmed for going on right now at least. Feedback from the judges was that my legs are very, very good. My legs are big enough. They don't need to be really any bigger as far as like balance and symmetry purposes go for classic physique and for my physique, to make everything flow really nicely. Was told that there's some of the best legs in classic that they've seen, so that was really cool feedback to get. So the legs are good, so we just need a lot more upper body. So that's why kind of doing this type of split and pushing the frequency more to body parts that I need, like my back and my shoulders, mainly, and my chest as well. But mainly just the back and some more side delt and rear delt, and just mainly that whole top part. So that's where the volume's getting allocated to, so a lot more higher frequency. And I've never done this upper lower type of split, and it's been really fun, man. I've really enjoyed it. So finished off week 1 of the hypertrophy phase, and now that was a 2 RIR, so keeping everything 2 reps in reserve. Now we are finally within the 1 rep in reserve, 2 failure, kind of just depending on what I feel and how I'm feeling. So usually what I've been doing right now is taking that top set at least to, 1 really hard rep where I'm grinding it out. So pretty much 1 rep in reserve, if not failure. And then the back off set for sure, keeping it 1 rep in reserve, sticking with the program. And everything's been working great. Feel great, joints feel great. Everything as far as tempo and execution goes, I'm really honing in and reeling that back and making sure that everything is top notch as far as execution, tempo, and controlling everything goes. That's really what he wants me doing as well. So it's a 3-1-1 tempo for everything. That is strict, and I'm staying with it. And that is also for logging purposes and tracking lifts and tracking progress. So that way you have a set tempo for everything, nothing's switching. So you can tell, like in the video that you do of your top set or whatever, you can make sure that you're counting those, 3 seconds down, 1 second in the hole, 1 second concentric, and making sure that that's even across every single lift that you're doing, to make sure that progress, is actually progress, and you're not just moving weight from A to B to try to get more reps or more weight on that next session. So that's been really helpful. It's extremely brutal, extremely painful. Lifts have kind of maybe gone down a little bit, but my strength is already coming back really crazy, especially with that tempo too. I feel like it's gonna really help me just grow overall and put most of the stress on that muscle instead of just the joints and tendons and ligaments and stuff like that around it, just to move weight and, post it on Instagram. So at the end of the day, I'm a bodybuilder, not a power lifter. I don't care what I lift. I just want to make sure that the execution, the form is there, and it's on the intended muscle that I want to grow. And that's all that matters. So I'm going to bring you through that today. This is my A day for lower and delts. So I'll give you a rundown of everything when I'm training. Rep schemes have been pretty much, that top set is around that 8 to 10 to 12 rep range. And then the back off set again is 8 to 12 to even 15, 8 to 15 basically. So usually if I get 12 reps, I'll keep the weight the same and run that again and just let the reps drop down, or at least try to match. Or I'll back off like 15 to 20% if I'm only getting like 8 to 10 reps, and then do that for the back down or back off set. That way it's a little bit higher volume set. So, shooting for that 10 plus to 15 reps range over there. So before we go into the gym and get stuck in that session and ready to go, got to get some pre-workout in me. So of course, everything is Hosstile supplements, best supplements in the game. Nothing beats them. So for the stim portion of today, since I am going to do stim, most of the time I really don't do stim because I'm drinking coffee in the morning and maybe either another cup of coffee or an energy drink throughout the day. But today, train after 2 meals, just had a small cup of coffee in the morning, and it's leg, so I need a little bit of something, a little bit of pick me up. So we are going to do 1 scoop of the Hostility Amped. This is our higher stim version. So it is a 2 scoop serving. I still only do like the 1 scoop, which is around, I believe, 175 megs of caffeine. So nothing absolutely wild or crazy. There's energy drinks with a lot more. But the ingredients are stacked out perfectly. A lot of mental focus in here, a lot of performance to keep up performance in the gym. Anti-crash, so you won't really get that crash feeling after. And I don't really like to do a ton of stim pre-workout beforehand. I really just don't need it. I like to actually focus and hone in and lock in and not be all stimmed out all over the place. So this is absolutely perfect. 1 scoop of this. This is a grape lemonade flavor. It is money. It's an awesome flavor. I'm not like a huge grape fan either, but for some reason, this grape lemonade is just one that I keep getting. I absolutely love it. My all-time favorite Hostility Amp though would probably be the sour gummy worm, because I am just a sour head in general. So good. So that's out the way. That is the pre-workout. Now onto the intra stack. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen my intra stack that I post all the time. This has not changed since, well, it's changed a little bit actually since prep, but it will pretty much be exactly the same. It's just one thing that's switched out. So of course, starting off with good old creatine, probably in my opinion, one of the best supplements you need in your stack or daily routine and can take, the most studied, all that kind of stuff. So 10 grams of creatine, which is 2 scoops from Hosstile. It's just pure creatine, nothing else. And then we do 2 scoops of the Bloodshot, which is the best pump product you're gonna get on the market right now. I'm telling you, I'm not even just trying to hype it up because I'm with Hosstile, but even before I was with them, I stuck with this Bloodshot. There's nothing better. I've tried many, and the ingredient list is just stacked out. And this pineapple flavor, the Samson Dauda Signature Series, is awesome. I absolutely love pineapple, so if you love pineapple like me, you're gonna absolutely love this. It has every single thing you need, and the cool thing about this, as far as pump goes, nothing beats it. Ingredients are dosed effectively, but it also has the organic mushroom complex, which is a blend that also helps with focus. So that's why I like to take this even without, I don't really have to do caffeine on most training days. Just mainly on leg days I might do it, because I'm already getting my caffeine throughout the day and I don't really go above 300 to 400 milligrams daily. Sometimes I stay relatively within like 250, but it really just has that focus element to it already. So that's what I really like, is that locked in focus feeling and not really like the stimmed out crazy feeling. And now we're going to do the Intra R3 Pineapple Rush flavor. So they pair absolutely perfect together. And this is pretty much, you don't have to add everything that I do, but if you want to just all-in-one intra workout, it's going to be the Intra R3. There's nothing better than this. It's got 90 calories, so you get a little bit of energy source there. More energy source from the carbohydrates. Keep pushing a little bit harder. It's only 20 grams, so it's nothing wild. So you can add more from our CDX or something like that, or cluster dextrin powder, which is, actually carbs, if you want to get some more in there. And then, as far as everything, it's got magnesium, sodium, and then all the it does have a little bit of highly branched cyclic dextrin in there, 15 grams. And then it has all the BCAAs, EAAs, everything you need in there. And then again, also the organic mushroom complex is in here as well. So you get a little bit of focus element from it too. And then all I'm gonna do is add 1 gram of pink salt in there, which I will weigh out real quick. And then yeah, we'll get into it, and I'll see you in the gym. All right, so before we kick off legs, I do a little bit of foam rolling, just foam rolling out the quads, the hips, and then the hamstrings and glutes a little bit, just to get everything open and active before I go into anything. So haven't done this in the past a lot, but I have a little bit of like knee issues on my left side, and doing this beforehand has really actually helped me, even if it's just for a few minutes. Just kind of opens things up. I'm gonna also roll out my back, make sure that's all open and not so tight. It just really helps with everything. So definitely want to make sure you get some type of stretching or foam rolling done before, especially if you have any leg issues, knee issues, whatever it may be. Definitely will help, because it's helped me a little bit. So foam roll here for a little bit, and then we'll get into the session. All right, guys, so to kick off this leg portion of today, we have a superset. So exercise 1 is going to be seated plate loaded calf raise, superset with adductor machine. So 2 sets here. Already been warming up. Only downside to this is that like the calf raise is here and the adductor is like across the gym, so that isn't ideal, but hey, we're getting steps in, so it actually helps me overall. And we're moving around, so that's always good. But immediately basically back and forth. So we're gonna go with the top set here. Already warmed up a bit. Gonna shoot for anywhere from 8 to 12 on both, and then probably just film the top set for you, but then just letting you know I do have a back down or a back off set after that. So again, if I hit that 8 to 10 rep range on the lower end, I will drop off load 15 to 20% for that next set, for the back down set. And then if I hit at least 12, I'll keep load the same, or if I hit 15, I'll keep load the same, and then just let the reps drop down a bit if they do, or at least try to match something like that. So that's philosophy here on pretty much everything. But again, nice, slow, controlled, eccentric. So a lot of time under tension, deep stretch on everything, pausing in the hold to reduce momentum and that elasticity of the muscle where you can kind of bounce back off of it. So that's really helped me just engage everything and make sure, like, when I'm coming up to contract, that muscle is on, and that's what I'm using to push, and not actually just pushing weight and bouncing off. So if you have trouble with that, try that. It's definitely helped me. And then spending some time in both end ranges, so the bottom and the top portion with the contraction. That's the goal on everything. Make everything hurt as bad as possible. And it is brutal. It may not sometimes look like a ton of weight, but it's absolutely brutal when you're super. That's why I like to be super locked in and focused and not all over the place with my caffeine and all that on these sessions, because I really got to focus in and make sure that the reps are executed perfectly. And then I send these off to Eddie, and he'll review them and make sure I'm not doing anything wrong and I'm doing everything right. So I'm gonna hit these 2 top sets, and then I will get with you for exercise number 2. All right, guys, so finished off top set on both. Ended up getting 12 on the calf raise. So like I said, we're gonna keep load there and then try to get at least 10 plus, see where we land. And then on the adductor, I got 9. So we're gonna back down 15 to 20% and then try to get that 10 plus rep range. So gonna hit those 2 back off sets real quick while I catch my breath. And then we'll move on to exercise 2 for today. Also, just like a little, being real with y'all, a little quick side note. I haven't hit like any calf stuff for probably like almost 10 to 12 months, if not a year, something like that. My calves have always been really, really good. It's one of my stronger body parts. Shout out dad. My dad just has really giant calves, and so does his family. So I got the calf genetics from him, so won that genetic lottery. So I didn't really train calves too much. You know, I put it volume more towards other places, but Eddie has programmed calf work on every single leg day, even on some upper body days, I believe. No, I think it's every leg day with the shoulder work. So yeah, either way, been doing more calf stuff, and my calves are actually growing already. It's crazy how quick they respond. But yeah, gonna have some hopefully giant milkers for calves come next show appearance. So it's been I don't really super enjoy training calves, but you know, giant calves are always cool to have. So yeah, just a quick little side note, just thought it was funny and trying to be real with y'all. But yeah, let me hit these 2 back off sets and then we'll move on. All right, so warmed up, ready to go for the top set on exercise number 2. That is gonna be a seated leg curl. So seated hamstring curl going on right now. We just got, again, same thing, 2 sets. First set aiming for 8 to 12. Usually like 8 to 10 is what I aim for. And then if we need to back down, we'll back down. If not, stay same weight, go at it again. So let's get into it. All right, guys, so on to exercise 3 here. We have the first quad movement of the day. So just to give you a little insight on why we do the hamstring curl first, that is to indirectly warm up the knees without direct impact on the knees, like a leg extension or just going straight into a leg press or a hack squat, whatever the case may be. Again, I do have that left knee issue too, so doing something like the hamstring curl really helps warm up my knees and my joints. before actually, and then getting some blood in the hamstring too as well, really helps get depth in the leg press, and then going into my other movements for quads. So that's one of the reasons. Another one would be pretty much the principle of prioritization for the body parts that you need to improve on. So for me, again, don't need really much overall quad. It's a lot more hamstring and adductor for me personally, and then glutes as well. So that's also why we do the hamstring curl first, is because if you want to have it hit in the best fashion you can, hit it during the beginning of the workout where it's fresh, and then go into your other movements. So now we got the leg press, quad focused, really trying to get a lot of depth, a lot of knee flexion, and really push hard through the quads. So nice little pause at the bottom, control all the way down, 3 seconds again, 1 second pause in the bottom, up. So it's super brutal on the leg press. You know, you'll see guys do 10, 12 plates aside, just boom, 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 boom. That's awesome. It looks really cool on IG. But if you're trying to get the most out of your leg press and out of your quads, try it this way. Just give it a try. You may drop off again some top set weight, but your quads will be massive, so you'll thank me later. But so we're gonna hit this 7 plates aside. So went up from last week. Gonna try to hit 8 to 10 here at least, if not 12. And then we'll back off what we need to, or see what we gotta do for the back off set. All right, guys, so on to exercise 4 here. Just finished up the leg press, 2 sets. First set, I think I got 8 or 9, something like that. And then backed off and got 15 on that second one, or 14, one of those two. Brain kind of gets foggy after hard leg presses, leg press sets. But now we're going into the leg extension. Gonna do 2 sets here again. Quads are already pretty warmed up, so don't need too many warm-ups. Try to get right into it. Keep the blood going, keep the pump going. And also just really trash the quads while they're tired, and really finish them off right here with the leg extension. So 2 sets here, shooting for 8 to 12 again on that first one, and then back off if we need to, shooting for 10 to 15. But yeah, getting into this, tired, want to finish off the quads and then go into the upper body stuff. All right, so exercise 5 right here. is gonna be starting where we get into the upper body stuff or the delt work, because only just pretty much side and rear delt work today for the upper body. But my legs are still shaking just from those 2 quad movements. It may not seem like a lot, but at least for me, that's pretty much all I need for quads. And then obviously we have the higher frequency because, you know, it's every, you know, if I'm hitting legs today, it'll be 1 rest day, 2 rest days, hit them again. So every 2 days, I'm pretty much hitting some type of quad work or leg work. So pretty much all I need. So it's been working. So I'm very happy about that. But yeah, so going into the upper body stuff, we have a single arm cuffed Y raise. So instead of coming out here like a side delt, we're gonna be coming here, right here in front of our body, almost to the side, and then pretty much up and back at a little bit of an angle like a Y. Basically, that's all it is. So I'm gonna do this for 2 sets, same principle. With delt work, I like to stay at least like 10 for that top set. If I get 8, I get 8, whatever. I kind of overshot if I do, but usually like the higher rep stuff for delt work, 10 plus on top and back offsets. But gonna do this single arm with the cable. Obviously got my Hosstile cuffs. So code J10 if you want to support your boy. But these cuffs are super durable, very thick, very well made. So never gotta worry about them slipping or flying off or whatever like with other cuffs. So gonna do this, show y'all how it's done. And shout out Hosstile merch too with that Martian tee. Love this colorway. It goes with the damn Jed North camo pants, but let me hit this and then move on. All right guys, so exercise 6 is gonna be another superset for the delts, for the rear and side right here. So it's gonna be a cable rear delt pull down. So basically, this movement's still a little new to me. I'm trying to perfect it again. This is something that Eddie programmed for me that I haven't done before. So just trying to get better at it. But basically, you're gonna stay neutral and vertical, chest high, arch that back a little bit. Just like a regular lat pull down with the overhand grip. But instead of actually coming down and engaging the lats real hard from the side, you're basically gonna come down like a pull down and then come almost a little bit behind you, but without like leaning back like a rear delt or like a upper back pull down. So without that leaning back, it's just staying vertical, trying to get the rear delts to fire. So we got that 2 sets, same rep schemes, and then superset with just a standard cable rear delt fly. So 2 sets of each, gonna knock these out. And then we got 2 sets of hanging leg raises to finish. And then that's pretty much it.
Probably been here like 5 years. It takes years to build like. It's gonna take me another 5 years. Nigga, you're really big as fuck. More big. Well, what area exactly? Yeah. Well, you be skipping legs there, huh? I think you gotta add more legs. I think you gotta add 2 like this.
All right, guys, so back from the gym. That was pretty much the entire session right there. And it was a pretty good one today. Had a little bit of knee pain, just overall, just from that little knee issue. So gonna get that hopefully worked on with some deep tissue work here soon. Need to get that rolled out and stuff like that a little bit more, open it up. That usually seems to help it a lot, so need to get more on top of that. But overall, a really great session. Really liked it. The mix between doing some lower stuff and some upper on that day that I need really seems like it's been working for the higher frequency, allocating more volume to the upper body that I need. So, and legs are still growing too, even with that low volume. So what we got post-workout going on, of course, is the ISO H1. I got the blueberry donut flavor. This is probably by far my favorite flavor. Second behind that would be that cinnamon oatmeal cookie, I believe is what it's called. That one's super fire. That's a good flavor too. But I'm a blueberry fiend, so the blueberry donut flavor is awesome. So I got 30 grams of protein from that, from whey. So what I do is make this little whey paste, or like Wesley Vissers would say, the Dutch oak, the whey drip. But I don't have nothing to drip it on, I just eat it. So yeah, that's the video. Appreciate y'all following along, watching. So do all the YouTube stuff for me, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. Ring the bell for the notifications. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. I'm gonna be trying to at least post at least once a week, if not 2 times a week, more content for y'all here on the YouTube for this improvement season that I got going on. And in the future, maybe might let you know our plans, but for what's going on for the rest of this season, this competitive season. But for right now, it's just bringing up my body parts that I need to, which is, you know, those bigger shoulder pad delts, more rear delts, more upper shelf, and more overall back and width. Those are the main things. Again, can't use enough legs, so a little bit more hamstring and glute, at least from the back. Quads are fine, like I said, but yeah, just focus on improving. Really excited to keep going and keep progressing with this new split-in program from Eddie Shepherd. And everything we've been doing as far as a diet standpoint and everything, you know, Justin Jacoby is my coach. He's been doing everything perfectly. I've been following everything to a T. So everything's just going great. So just going to continue this. And I will see y'all in the next one. So, and again, today is Easter Sunday when I'm filming. It won't be when I post, probably. Might be, who knows, for y'all. But hope y'all have a blessed Easter, a happy Easter. Enjoy it with your family. Enjoy some good food, some good times. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.